Good afternoon everyone, we are back again with some more air conditioning work. We've had a hot week in Victoria, so as anyone in the trade in Victoria knows, as soon as there's a little bit of sun, a little bit of warm weather, AC's back. Not a bad thing, we love air conditioning here, but anyway, this vehicle's come in. Customer apparently had an AC regas about 5 years ago. It's only obviously since this hot weather she's noticed that the vehicle's AC isn't working. Now, quick checks initially. I've got the air conditioning on at the minute, so our switch is on. We can see our temperature's set to cold and our AC button is pushed, the little light's on. So our AC is supposed to be on. Our low pressure line is completely atmospheric temperature, not cold whatsoever. And as you can see, we've got a static pressure on our gauges, so we don't have any movement whatsoever. We've got no compressor movement, no pumping on the low pressure, no pumping on the system and no sucking on the other side. So no sucking on the low pressure side, no pumping on the high pressure side. We've got about 110, 109 PSI on both sides. Now, that initially points us straight towards this AC compressor. So I'm going to grab a torch out. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look and see, is our clutch spinning, which it is not. So it's going to be very hard to show, but our clutch down the bottom there is not spinning. Now, on this air conditioning compressor, there is 2 wires underneath which control the clutch. What we need to do next is we need to get this up off the ground a little bit, get down there and see if we've got a good power feed down at our AC compressor clutch. Just before I get under there and burn my hands on the exhaust, I just wanted to check this relay quickly. So as you can see, this is our AC compressor relay, and when I press that in, you can hear that it's clicking on. Now, that does not mean whatsoever that the relay is good. It does not mean that we've got a good power feed at this fuse box. So that's the next thing I'm going to check quickly, is we're just going to check that we've got a good 12 volt load side feed there. If we've got 2 good power feeds there, then we're going straight down to that compressor. All right, so back on our barina, test light's hooked up to battery ground, so when our test light touches a 12 volt feed, it will light up. Now what we're looking for here is I'm looking for 2 positive feeds on these wires. So we've got 1 good constant 12 volt and 1 good constant 12 volt. I'm not holding that on there very well, but there we go. As you can see, our wiring is good up to this relay. The relay itself, we believe, is also good, so we're going to pop that back in. We're going to pop that fuse box cover on, and the only thing left to do now is to get under this vehicle and check for our constant feed down at the compressor. All right, under the car. Reason why we come under the car is because I had a quick look under and found this. So our plug is just dangling here now. As you can see, the connector on this compressor is broken, so this plug, I doubt, is actually going to stay seated in there. This vehicle at this stage is going to need a compressor, because that will come right out, unfortunately. Let's see if I can get a better shot. There we go. So this is going to need a new compressor or a compressor clutch. Once that's fitted up, then that'll be all good to go, and I reckon this AC will be nice and cold. All right, so that's our air conditioning diag done. The next thing that we're going to look at, I'm going to just quickly start this up and reverse her back, turn the blower motor off, is apparently when this customer locks her car, and this is the first time I've seen this car, it sounds like popcorn. So let's have a look and see. Yeah. There we go, we can hear, it sounds like the rear actuator's not closing properly, so we're going to look at that now.